Bodhisattva, the one who takes Bodhisattva precepts. Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva means awakening. Awakening. Sattva, this is the Sanskrit word, being. Awakening beings. So if we make the vows to follow that step, to follow that path, for us, or even the lay people, some lay people, they make the vows, make commitment to follow this kind of precept, a moral obligation, that they cannot sell alcohol, they cannot sell any kind of intoxicant substances, including drugs, alcohol, and so on. Everything can be harmful to others, we cannot sell. Because if we can serve ourselves, yes, the only person we harm is ourselves, our peaceful body. But if we sell drugs, we sell alcohol, sell some harmful substances, we bring the harm to others. So it's conflict. It conflicts. We say the interest, the conflict in interest of a Bodhisattva, the one who want to bring the benefit for themselves and for others. So that's so important. So the reason why treating intoxicant is, of course, in general, for the Buddhist people, they need to stay away. But for one who make commitment to follow what you call the Bodhisattva precept, they cannot do that. Treating poison too. Okay. So this actually depends upon how you look, and depend upon how you work. And this is, I think, I put on my website, there's an article that's talk about if you are Buddhist, but you have to be enlisted in the army. That means you are a soldier. What should you do? Yeah, what should you do? Is that an interest conflict?
Yeah.
Yes. And who can protect the country anyway? What do you think? Is that happen in prison division? Or you don't have any problems at all?
If conscientious objectors, yes.
Of course, most of us we want to be at peace. We want to live in a peaceful way. But what happens if some country go against us? They declare war with us. So what should we do?
I think you'd have to fight.
Yeah, that's one of the dilemma for the Buddhist people too. So the point is, they can be soldier, but they have to be mindful. They could not abuse their power when they carry the around. Of course, they understand that as once they kill one living being or one person, that means they do the karma. So of course, that's the bad karma. But in other way is that they protect the country. That means they do good and bad karma together. So you have the choice.
But then in Vietnam, the Buddhists did not fight. In Japan, many of the Buddhists did fight.
Yeah, actually, Japanese is quite different. Japanese monks' lifestyle is quite different from most of the monks' lifestyles. Because I think before 18th century, one particular Japanese king, he ordered to destroy most of the monks, most of the Japanese monks. And later on, even nowadays, it still have that kind of impact. Most of the Japanese monks have harmless. So somehow, and of course, because of the cultural aspects of life, so they encourage the Buddhist monks, the one who have families, go out to fight too. So in our point of view, they are not the real monks. much.
Let me ask a question.
Yes.
These young men that are monks here with you, I was asked this question, I'm thinking of it, but they don't take a vow, like in the Christian religion, if you become a monk, you're kind of expected to stay your whole life. When you become a Buddhist monk in your tradition, are you expected to stay your whole life? Do you take a vow to stay your whole life, or don't you go? Eventually, the idea is to go back out and be a lay person, and is that acceptable? A household.
Yeah. You know, in Buddhist traditions, we have free choice. Especially in the Theravada tradition. If you visit Thailand, Burma, Sri Lanka, you will see that many young people, they come to the monastery to live as a monk for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, or the rest of their life, depending on their choice. So, and in our tradition too, in Mahayana traditions too, we have that kind of free choice. Let's say for the young monks here, if they want to do scrub, they can do so many times. There's no commitment that they need to follow the Jerusalem.
It's not a disappointment. It's not.
Of course, for their families, for the communities, and for the society, somehow they lost the faith.
So Mayan tradition looks on it as a little bit more expectation than the Baha'i tradition.
Not in general. The monk can disrobe and they can want. The nuns too. So depend upon their wish, because we become monks voluntarily. No one forced us to become monks. No one called. We want to devote, we want to dedicate our life on this kind of spiritual relation, spiritual development. And if we think that it's not suitable for us, yeah, of course we go back to their life. There's no problem with that. Of course, for the lay people, it has some problem because, for example, some monks who live in the monastery for many years, many decades, and somehow he tired of being a monk, so he disrobed to have a family. So and he lost the faith to the community. That's all.
Happens in the Christian tradition also.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So I think this is common sense. Okay. So this one is the thing we discussed in tradition today, and if we have time, if you like, you can see some kind of. Let's see. Before I move on, let's see. Oh, let me mention one more thing. These 5 pieces are the foundation for every pieces that we have in Buddhism. For the novice, they have 5 more precepts. And for the monks of us, we have plenty precepts to keep. Plenty precepts to keep. In total, in general, we have 4 major ones. These 4 major ones. Of course, for you, for lay people, those sexual misconduct. But for monks, we abstain from sexual conduct. And you know, it's like that is a major precept. If we kill a person, we could not be a monk anymore. If we steal, of course, steal some kind of big profits, large amount of money. And if we commit this kind of obsessive conduct, and if we commit lying, this lying talking about not small lie. Let's say, okay, if I claim myself, okay, I have a 2 hour shift.